Alright guys, we're doing something totally different today. Had a lot of rain, so we came up here to the mouth of this river that comes into this lake. It's pretty shallow. I think the deepest water is going to be like 10 foot. I'm sitting on a hole right now, so we'll see if that helps. I think with all the fresh water coming down, these big fish have moved up into the creek, but we'll see. I got one. Can't hurry, big fish though. A couple bites, a couple misses. There he is. Got a fish. I don't know how good it is. It doesn't feel like great, but it doesn't feel bad either. Oh yeah, he rolled up in it. Alright, there we go. That's not a bad fish. That's not a good fish either though. I definitely guessed wrong on this. The big fish had not moved up into the shallow water. People ask me if I have bad days fishing. Well, yeah, just like anyone else, I have bad days and I barely caught anything. But day 2 was a lot more productive though. Well, as you can see, the big fish did not move up into the river like I thought. That's the way it goes sometimes. That was one day of fishing. I caught like 3 fish and pretty much decided that the fish were not where I thought they would be. So the next day I came out to the main body of the lake. The mic was not working on this camera. I had problems with the GoPro because actually I didn't have any problems. I just left the extra batteries at the house and the ones that were in it were dead. So I had to set up my big camera for shots of this fish. You can see it's a whopper, man. This thing is a toad. The wind was just unmerciful that day. I think that's why some of the problems with the mic happened. I set up several drifts, and that's where I ended up hooking this big fish, was on a drift. And I'm not kidding you, he nearly jerked the rod out of the rod holder. What was amazing is I caught this fish on an Ambassador 5600 with pretty much a bass rod. It's the smallest catfish rod that I run. And it was a fight. This thing was tugging all over the place. I am just so upset that I didn't get the fight on film because it lasted 15 plus minutes. This fish really pulled. He tangled everything up. It took me almost 30 minutes to recover from all this mess that this fish made. But I turned her loose, so she'll get even bigger next time I catch her. My GoPro picked a heck of a time to pull this crap. Biggest blue cat I ever caught. Much bigger than that other one. I don't know what to say about it. I'm drifting so hard and so fast here. I'm almost to the bank. I've got to get this mess cleaned up and head back out there. See if I can get another one. I don't think I'm going to try to film it again. I've lost about half my camera crap. My lens covered. It's just been a mess. So after I caught that big fish, I decided to try something different, something that I've been wanting to try for a while now. I anchored up and floated over a deep hole where the fish are always setting and fish vertical, which it's amazing. When they take it, it is like nothing you've ever seen. I mean, they take the rod down. You could see on the video there where he just nailed it. And I'm not kidding you. There's probably not a better way to have more fun fishing. It's super exciting. You just got to watch yourself because I almost went swimming when this big fish hits here in a minute. So you got to really be careful. We're sitting on this hole. You can see right there, it's a deep hole with a ridge right close by. And we're just fishing straight down. We got big old 6-ounce sinkers. And it's keeping it from bouncing around. We're fishing, you know, right there straight down. It's pure fun when they hit it, man. So these 2 big fish came through at the same time and nailed it. Almost at the same time. That bigger one right there nailed it first. And then when I was fighting him, the one on this side of the kayak nailed it. So it was quite the rodeo, man. I ended up having to reel both of them up. This is after I fought them for a while. Um, if you stick around, I will show you here in a minute the rig that I used and how I used it. I've never had a whole lot of success with fishing vertically, but a guy named Justin from Kayak Catfish uses really big weights, and what he says is it stops the bounce from the wind and everything else and kind of stabilizes the bait down there. So it's a real basic leader. It's just a Carolina rig off of a big weight with a swivel and a hook. Here in a minute, if you stick around, I'll show you guys exactly the rig that I was using setting over the top of these fish. Now, you need some pretty deep water to do this. He suggests that you not do it in anything under 20 foot. It was just barely over 20 foot, so I wanted to give it a try and see how it worked. And of course, it worked really well, as you can see here. Ended up catching several fish. I didn't video all of them, just the bigger ones.
So this is man, I'm sorry about the wind noise, guys. It has been blowing today. I mean, this is calm compared to what it has been. But this is the way we're fishing, straight down vertical. I'm using big heavy weights, probably 6-ounce weights to keep it from bouncing around so much. Got a rod out over here too, you can see. And they're just in the rod holder, and they're straight underneath the boat there. You can see on the graph we're setting 24 foot water, 58.5 degrees, and there's some fish coming through right there. I guess they're doing a photo session on their jet skis. He's talking on his phone. Does he even see that I'm right here? This dude's about to drift into me. Oh, this only happens to me. Hey, partner! I got a line right there. I just didn't want you to get in it. These yahoos got the whole freaking lake to do that stuff on. But they got to come right next to me and do it. You gotta love it. Some people's kids. Alright guys, since this is kind of a screwy video anyway, I'm going to try to show you what I got there as far as a leader on these suspended rods. So that there is a big 6-ounce egg sinker to a Spro swivel, pretty big Spro, 50-pound mono, and just about 2 foot, maybe 1.5 foot to 2 foot of leader to this circle hook right here that's snelled on with that piece of perch. And that's it. That's what I've been using. Caught the really big fish drifting earlier, but the last big ones that I've been catching have been suspended under the kayak. And you can see I just drop it straight down, let it hit the bottom, and about that much you want to crank down. So that's about 4 foot. That's about how far you want it off the bottom. So I'm going to crank down to it right there, and then just set it in the rod holder there, and it's set. It's vertical right under the boat. So I'm anchored. I don't know if you can see it behind me right there. There's my anchor. It's behind me, and I'm just suspending over the top of these fish that are in that deep water. So my anchors, I'm anchored up over here somewhere, and then I just drift back over this deep hole. And the kayak moves around a little bit, but these suspended baits, it'll just all around this deep hole, it'll move around right there. And you can see the fish, man, they move in and out of this deep hole off this big ridge right here. So that's the deepest spot right there. It starts going shallow there. It's a big flat here, and this is just a big deep hole that I'm sitting over the top of with these baits suspended. It's awesome. Well, I don't know how the video is going to turn out, but I had fun anyway. A lot of big fish, ton of just really large fish today. Thanks for watching, guys, and if you haven't yet, please subscribe and share this video. I really appreciate all your support. Make sure to stop in and see my buddies at Anglers Pro Tackle and Outdoors. Killer B out.